ever since Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, think of what you will about that movie, but one of the things that was really positive that came out of the movie for me was I kind of started to feel that Wanda might be the single best story arc and character arc in all of the MCU. And a lot of debate has gone on about whether or not at the end of Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, whether she actually died. Well, apparently there's a new book officially from Marvel that is saying she did die in it. And that is actually the topic of today's Mint Mobile hotline question of the day. Listen, if you guys have a question for our show and you'd like to hear your voice on our show, go ahead and call our Mint Mobile hotline anytime 24/7 at 951-268-4259. Every day we pick out one or two, and today's is about, is Scarlet Witch really dead? Check it out.
Good morning, crew. Joey here from California. I just saw an article from comicbook.com that said that Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch character did not survive the events of the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness movie. Says that she didn't survive everything that happened on Mount Wondergore. That's crazy. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Just, hopefully hear this on the show. Thanks and have a great day. Bring on the filthy.
All right, Joey, thanks a lot for calling that in. And yeah, so of course, in the Marvel Cinematic Fake Death universe, a death is never really a death, right? But, sometimes there's coming back from the dead, or a character was never dead at all in the first place. And ever since the end of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, one of the debates has been, did Scarlet Witch actually die? Well, apparently, like Joey said, according to a new book, that debate's over. She did. This comes to us from Screen Rant. However, in the new book titled Marvel Studios, The Marvel Cinematic Universe, An Official Timeline, Scarlet Witch's tragic demise appears to be confirmed. As the book says, Wanda destroys Wondergore and collapses it upon herself, ending two great threats to the multiverse. Additionally, the entry in the book has a symbol meant as denoting when a major character death, officially confirming Scarlet Witch's fate. Okay, so now obviously with this being the Marvel Cinematic Fake Death universe, just because a character dies, that does not mean they can't come back later. But at least half of the debate is over. Did she actually die at the end? Yes, she did. She crushed herself and killed herself. Now, I've been reading a couple of articles, including the full article from Screen Rant, which by the way is a really well-written piece. And there are some people who believe, well, this isn't right. This isn't fair. We wanted Wanda to have a happy ending. She didn't get the end she deserved. And, that's not an unpopular sentiment amongst a lot of people. But for me, and let's just discuss this as if this is finale. We've heard, Elizabeth Olsen talking a lot about her career in the MCU in past tense. It sounds like she's moving on. She could be back, but let's, for the sake of this discussion, assume her time in the MCU is over. Scarlet Witch is done. I disagree with this sentiment that everybody deserves a happy ending. I as far as fiction goes, I don't. That's not always the most interesting or the most compelling narrative to tell. And I think out of all the characters in the MCU, Steve Rogers has an incredible story arc. Tony has an incredible story arc. But to me, the story arc of Scarlet Witch, if she's indeed over now, is actually one of the boldest and most interesting story arcs. No, I'll say the most interesting story arc to me out of any character in the MCU. It's a Shakespearean tragedy. Like when you look at the character of Wanda, because one of the things I love, a theme in movies that I love is a movie that explores what happens to people in pain and what pain does to people, what loss does to people. I've always been fascinated by that. WandaVision is a story about a girl who lost her family, became a scientific guinea pig to Hydra. She lost her brother. She had to kill the love of her life and found out that her sacrifice was meaningless because Thanos just brought him back to kill him again. She had to watch the love of her life die twice, which led us to the events of WandaVision, where even this fake reprieve from her suffering got taken away from her, ultimately leading to the events of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness 2, where it broke her. And listen, that is the classic villain origin story, right? Whenever we meet, the difference is we met Wanda as a hero. We normally meet these villains long after they were good, right? Long after they went through their suffering, their loss, their pain, and how that then shaped them. And ultimately, Wanda kind of had a Vader ending. Like she didn't get her redemption, but at the last minute, she made the right choice. She saved, the universe and all that kind of stuff and sacrificed herself in doing it. And to me, it is a Shakespearean story of great tragedy and what pain does to people, and ultimately driven by this woman who's had everything taken from her whole life, just wanting her kids back, even though those kids were never real. It's powerful, it's palpable, and it's not something that comic book movies will normally have the balls to do. And they did it. And that's why I kind of hope that is the end for Scarlet, that she had this incredible story arc. And really, Rob, when you look at the events of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, she murdered a lot of people.
She did.
There's no coming back and being able to have a happily ever after that, right? There's just no coming back from that. I thought it was great. It is kind of interesting. The book now confirms the character is dead. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. Signing your life away to a big wireless provider is kind of like being trapped on a roller coaster from hell. Sure, it looks like fun at first. They probably even threw in a free phone, but now you can't get off. Month after month of insane bills and unexpected thrills, like overages and surprise fees. If that sounds like your current big wireless plan, it's time to get off the ride with Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are just $15 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for just $15 a month. You guys know before I came to Mint Mobile, I was paying triple what I am paying now on the standard big wireless plan, and I will never go back. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. To get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped right to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. Anyway, you saw this. What did you think about Scarlet Witch's overall character arc? And what do you think about the book confirming that, yeah, she died?
Well, to quote the great John Campea, this is the Marvel fake death universe. And this book is, by the way, people have been talking to me about this book and how I have to get it. I love timeline books like this. Up to now, I think what we know up to now, upon publication date of this book, she's dead. I'll buy that. Okay. I do think that Marvel knows that Wanda, both as an X-Man and as an Avenger, there's a lot going on here. I think a lot of people like Elizabeth Olsen. I think she's a great actress. I really liked her as Wanda in the Marvel universe. And again, that's just one more Avenger that's missing. And I'm like, wow, take one of your most powerful characters once again off the table, who you might really need in Secret Wars. But it wouldn't surprise me if some kind of a variant comes back, or that we know up to now that, yes, she's dead, but we just don't know the full story.
Yeah.
And, maybe Agatha Harkness knows, maybe the Coven of Chaos or whatever it's called now. What is it called now? The Darkhold Diaries.
Yeah.
There will be something happens there that we don't know about, but I'll accept that Elizabeth Olsen is dead now until we know more. But I'm sad because I like her.
Yeah.
I like Elizabeth Olsen.
I mean, they were going to face a problem with her. Like if let's say she was still around in the MCU, the problem they're then going to face is what stands in her way. Like once we got into WandaVision and then into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, she is so powerful, like so overpowered. Like what do you even do with her after that? You know what I mean?
I don't know. By the way, have you been watching Loki?
Yeah. Going into the final season, I've preferred this season over last.
Well, the end of the last episode, I'm like, so the Marvel universe is gone? Like, What
The whole final episode is just going to be a black screen for 10 minutes. And then
I got to tell you, I don't know who, we haven't really talked about that. I wasn't here to talk about it, but I loved how long they left that black screen on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm like, that was audacious. I wonder if someone said, is a black screen on too long? No.
It was good.
That was one of the longest. I was like, I literally was holding my breath.
I haven't felt that much tension in a black screen since the end of The Sopranos.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
All right, guys, whatever you think about this, did you think it was a missed opportunity for Wanda to have a happy ending? Did you like it like I did? I don't know. Whatever you guys think about that, let us know. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.